Welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to crack PDF file passwords. And as a bonus, we'll be doing same against a zip file. So without saying much, let's go straight to the file. This is the file I want to crack. And obviously, if I don't type the correct password, I will be unable to unlock the file. Okay, so we need to find a way to crack this password. Now, there are several reasons why you may want to do this. One of them is doing your pen testing if it's in scope. Please remember that if it's not in scope as an ethical hacker, it is illegal to do password cracking of files, especially if they are confidential files. In fact, you don't have to do it if it's in scope. You may want to also recover your own document that you've forgotten the password. It could be a forensic exercise if the court has demanded it. And most especially, for you to learn how hackers may be able to crack your document. Okay, so you'll get an important lesson from this tutorial. One of them is knowing how to use or why you need to provide a strong password when you are protecting your document. And this is the most important information or lesson you can get from this video. Okay, so, well, to crack a PDF file password, for example, you may want to use an online tool. Maybe that would be an option that you may want to consider. But a site like this could be an option. But there are several reasons why you don't have to use a site, or you shouldn't use a site like this. One of them is defeating the confidentiality property of your file. Because if you upload a file onto a third-party website like this one, what happens is that your file can be stored, or is usually stored on their server. So if it's cracked, you can't tell who will be having access to the file. So obviously you don't want to use a third-party site like this to crack a confidential or a sensitive file. For example, this site may not even be able to crack my the password of my document because of the nature of the encryption or the protection. So just let me open this file and let's attempt to crack it with this website. Yes, my file. I want to unlock. As you can see, the site is complaining that it will take 1.2 million years to remove the password. Okay, so wow, that's what it says. So obviously it's unable to crack the password, and we've also mentioned that this is not a good thing to consider if you are dealing with sensitive documents. So what do we want to do? So we come to our operating system of choice, which is Kali, where we have our tools to use. So the tool of choice for this particular tutorial is John the Ripper. There are several tools you can use to crack passwords of documents and so forth. Now, before we start, for John, you need to understand something. If you are trying to crack the password of a file, John needs the artifact, the password artifact of that particular document. So John comes with several tools or scripts that you can use to extract such artifacts from the document. Okay, so you can get them from here. If I go to John folder, you can see that there are several scripts that you can use to extract such artifacts. So if you are dealing with, in our case where we are dealing with PDF, if I go up here, you can see one here, which is PDF to John. Okay, so there are several ones as well. You can see maybe Telegram to John, yeah, this one, Telegram to John. You can see Office to John, okay, if you want to crack Office document and so forth. But the principle is the same. So even if I do one with you, you should be able to do any other document type on your own, okay? And so let me also show you this website, which immediately shows you the scripts, all the scripts that that comes with John. In addition, you can see that there are also binary programs that can be used to extract password artifacts. One of them is zip to John, as you can see from here, and RAR to John. If you are dealing with RAR file, you are dealing with zip file. These are binary. They are not plain plain text scripts. They are binaries. So if I go back to the terminal and I do which zip to John, you see, yes, it's located in this folder, unlike the other scripts. Okay, so let's get to it. So in this case, we are dealing with a PDF document. So we need to extract the password artifacts into a text file for John to be able to crack it. So let's do that. So let me clear the screen. And then I need to use the PDF to John, give it the document I want to crack. Obviously, if I do this, this is the format John wants, or will be able to use crack the password for you. So we need to store this in a file. So I'm going to do a redirection to a file. So let's just call it, you can call it anything you want. Just call it the hash. It could be hash.txt, or you don't need to txt. So enter. Okay, so the tool we are going to use is John, as we mentioned. So John, if you type John by itself, you are going to get a version. If I type John with the help, you can read a lot of help information about the several command options. Okay, and John is very simple to use in this case. I can easily type John hash, of course, because that's the hash, and just say enter. But I'm not going to use this format because this will take quite some time to crack. So I'm going to exit. But you can see that when I type it straight away, John the hash, John was trying to use his own password list located here. Okay, well, that's the good thing about Kali. It comes with several password lists as well. So if I do word lists, you can see several word lists here for you. Okay, so one of the most popular password lists is RockU. You can see if I do head rock, you can see it contains everyday password that people use often. And we are going to use our own password list. First of all, intentionally, the password list I'm about to use does not have the correct password in it. So definitely it will not be able to crack the password, but I'm just going to demonstrate it to you. So let's say word list was pass the password list, and I'm going to give it the hash. Okay, so it attempted to crack the password, but because as I said, the password list doesn't have the correct password, it's unable to crack the password of the document. But this demonstrates an important lesson which I want everybody to get from this video tutorial, that if your password is not too common and it's not in the password list of the person trying to crack the password, then it's nearly impossible for the person to crack the password of your document. This goes to show that you need to provide a very strong password, as you are always advised, to any document and to any program that you are asked to provide a password. And this is the very reason why you are asked to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a vim to the password list, and now I'll be inserting the correct password. Okay, so one of this password I'm typing is the correct password. Okay, but I'm not going to tell you which one. Let's just see. Let's just see which one will be picked as the correct password. Let's write this to. Okay, good. So now let's attempt what we did again. Okay, so now the password list contains the correct password. So let's see if it will be able to crack it and which of them is the correct password. So enter. Wow, interesting. So this is the password according to John the Ripper. So let's see if indeed that is the correct password. Admin. Wow, interesting. So this is the correct password, and this is the secret we are looking for. So please, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the great secret indeed. So as a bonus, let's see if I can quickly do the zip version with you. Okay, so before we do the zip file cracking, let's try to use another tool other than John the Ripper to do the PDF cracking. And a very powerful and nifty tool can be used for this and the program is called PDF Crack. Okay, so if you don't have it, what you can do on your Kali is to do apt, okay, of course, apt install PDF Crack. So install it. I already have it installed. Okay, so it's very simple. So we can do PDF Crack. So if you don't get the various options, command options, cracks. So let me just use it to do the cracking. This is simple. You don't need to extract the password artifact because it's a specialized tool specifically meant to do PDF file cracking. So we just call the tool and give it the word list. Do this and call the file. So we enter. Voila, we have the password. Okay, so it's very simple. So it's a straightforward tool, but very powerful tool for that matter. Okay, so let's try to do the zip file cracking. And before we do the zip file cracking, let's try to get some sample files to zip, password them. Good. And we have it. So using John, again, we need to extract the password artifacts from the file. So this time around, instead of using PDF to John, all we have to use is zip to John. So we do zip C artifact that John needs. We are going to pipe it. Good. Let's see if we can use John. Let's. Great. So you see, we have it. Okay. So we can use John to also crack a zip file. And again, if you want to use an alternative tool, here there's also another nifty tool called fcrack zip. Okay, so if you don't have it, you can simply do the apt install crack. So we can do fcrack, and of course, if I press enter, I do help. See the various options. You can do a brute force dictionary attack and mode and all. So I'll be using some of this. Okay? And this switch is very important. This one, the U, so that you don't get false positives. So that switch as well. Just do that. So fcrack, passwordless. What's the file again? So thank you for watching the tutorial. Until we meet again next time, stay safe, hack ethically.